Hello, this is Reverend Angelia with today's Bible reading. Today's reading is from the Women's Devotional Bible 2, a story called Original Self-Worth. Adam and Eve lost the clear, simple sense of their own identity. That picture of themselves that they had found reflected in the loving eyes of the one who designed them was blurred and distorted when they rebelled against him. Suddenly they were ashamed of the bodies they had felt so good about. Suddenly they were scrambling for fig leaves and a good hideout. But you can't hide from God. Many of us carry in us the destructive payoff for Eden's wrong choice. We find our image in the eyes of imperfect others, parents, peers, teachers, etc., and develop a faulty sense of self. An unhealthy and unrealistic sense of self can make our lives miserable and even ruin our health. I have known more than one anorexic teen who has stubbornly tried to starve herself because she saw her thin body as fat. I have another gorgeous friend who has won major beauty competitions. Yet she sees her flaws far more clearly than she sees her strong points. Because we all want what we don't have. Or what we think we don't have. That's the right wording there, that you think you don't have because someone's told you differently. Our loss of identity often goes deeper than our looks. We try to acquire a feeling of significance in many other areas as well. Our work, our achievements, our bank accounts, our social standing, our connections. Adam and Eve in the garden did not need any of these things to prove their value. But our chaotic culture has us running around in circles trying to find our worth in doing. The year I worked in the advertising industry, I saw firsthand that fortunes are made and empires built on the shaky self-images of prospective consumers. Every ad I wrote was aimed at convincing buyers that purchasing this car or shopping at that store or dining at this restaurant would finally make them feel whole and happy and fulfilled. That with one simple purchase, they would magically possess the self-confidence they had been lacking. And that's the number one thing that we lack, is self-confidence. That's the complaint. There have been many sociological and psychological, I can't talk today, psychological polls, and that's the number one thing that people lack, is confidence. And why is that? Because we let other people tell us who we are. Yeah, that's the number one reason why you lack confidence, is you're letting other people tell you who you are. You are who you want to be. And if you let their deal get into your head, their negative words get into your head, then that convinces you you are what they're telling you you are. But if you take a deep look inside at who you are spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and you realize that's not who I am, I'm this person, I'm me, that's the only way to overcome that, is to look inside and find you. And then if you are not who they're saying you are, then you know better. And you don't have to listen to them anymore. And that will give you confidence, because knowing who you are is confidence. If you know you're doing right by you, if you know you're doing what you need to be doing, that's confidence right there. So that's the number one reason people lack confidence, is they let other people tell them who they are. And there's some cognizant dissonance there, because, you're afraid, well, maybe I am like that. Maybe I am who they say I am. I don't think I am, but they're saying it, So you need to take a good look inside of you and find out who you are. Back to to this. But the truth is, no amount of money can buy back for us that true, balanced sense of self-worth that was left behind in Eden. It can only be found where Adam and Eve found it, in the eyes of the one who made us. Because he made us who we are. And he don't let other people dictate who we are. They're not God. They don't know. But he does. And if you look inside, you can find yourself too. And that will help you, find your self-worth. So that's all for now. Until next time.